Hello guys, welcome back to the channel here again. This evening we are going to be looking into shipping. Some of the charts actually look very well. I also tweeted about this. But somewhere here, yeah, dry bulk shipping. I think there's 3-4 stocks that looks with a great risk reward entry. That's all I can say. As always, give me that thumbs up if you like what I do, so the algos can do what they do best. And yeah, let's get straight into business as usual. I hope you enjoy what I do. BDRY Baltic Dry Index. That was the breakout. Now we're doing the retesting. Nothing new ever since. We're still coming up from that retest beautifully. We could do hopefully some bullish consolidation, and then we go higher. Very rarely you get these big moves here, but again, oh, excuse me. This is very bullish until proven otherwise. That's all I can say. We have that inverted head and shoulders, and the target is roughly 4,400 for the BDRY, the Baltic Dry Index. And we're making higher highs, higher lows. That is the definition of an uptrend. Looking at the 30 weekly, an uptrend is in play. Beautiful. The BDRY, the Breakwave Dry Bulk Shipping ETF, is doing some very tough stuff right now, trying to put in a decent bottom here, at least trying to get through a lot of resistances, and very compelling here again, getting above that pivot low over here from 2020. But also we are getting close to that long-term golden trend line here, which is the one that I'm looking at. We had the minor one here that broke 2 weeks ago, and we have some resistances coming in. So I'm just waiting if we get up here, and then we can buy the first pullback into that breakout. Still a lot of work to do, but definitely some early signs, again with the BDRY that's somewhat strong here, that we could have an entry now in start of Q1 2024, give or take. NM right here, there's still a bit going on, so we will not spend any time on that. SBLK, Star Bulk Carriers Corporation. Look at it here. Tiny breakout, tiny retest, and now hopefully this is a resumption to the upside. Again, we want to clear what the breakout high here at roughly 20. Also, please have a look at this. If we draw a line over here and something like this, a beautiful cup and handle within the bigger formation. Again, if we can clear 20 point something, 20.3, 20.4, this should give us a target of 23.5 in the short term, which is roughly around here. And yeah, some early signs that it is trying to negate the overall bigger head and shoulders that is still in play. But what it is trying to do now, right here, right now, is very intriguing here to undo that big topping pattern right here. Again, we want to see it take out the shoulder high in order, in my book, to negate this whole topping pattern here. So we are still a bit of a far away, but again, early signs for SBLK. CTRM, poop. I don't think we will discuss it. I mean, for now, we just, again, if I invert this one here again, does this look bullish to you? Hell yes. So we will not look at this at the moment. Again, we know when to become intrigued or bullish again, but for now, nope. GLBS, I want to show you. I want to go to the daily actually in this time. Why? We talked about this major move to the upside here. We actually called it in that squeeze, as you know. Big surge, and now what is happening? I'm trying to see if I can find a pattern here that shows that we might have continuation. And I think I found it. I think I have found it. Pretty simple, easy. The top down here to roughly here. Again, a bullfight in the making, in my view. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Let's add it in. I think this is the most clear continuation pattern that we have right now. And yeah, I think that's how we play it for now. Looks very nice, to be honest. SB, going to the weekly. The weekly, again, very strong patterns here. That squeeze, breaking out, into the highs here at roughly 3.4, all the way down, and boom, we're above. We are in stage 2 on the weekly for SB. Safe, what is it? Safe bulkers. Yeah, exactly, safe bulkers. Very beautifully. And I think we can go all the way down, you know, to retest, you know, that level here, the 3.4. But again, overall, long term, this is nice. Also, the dividend is 5%. So as long as we hold the green here and the 30 weekly, beautiful. D Nord here, a Danish company, we're still holding our golden uptrend right here. So as long as we do, it's fine. But we want to see some sort of bounce here again. The past 2 weeks has been, if you look at these 2 red candles here, big red candles, and we only have a minor greens, a bit of a concern. I think if you go to the daily, maybe you can start to see some bear flagging. Well, not at the moment, but still, as you can see here, huge downtrend. And if you want to go if you do some sideways action here, that's typically bearish, right? A bear flag in the making. So for now, it's holding, but let's see how it can actually perform at the moment. EGLE, also kind of iffy, still holding our green support zone here, still. But we want to see this one start to clear to the upside, that is for sure. Again, the head and shoulders are still in play. We are below the neckline here. And yeah, again, we want to get back in above that blue neckline, and then we can start to have a more positive view. But as long as the green one is holding, there is hope. If the green support zone fails, I think we can have a move all the way down to a tad below 30, give or take. ESEA, beautiful, long-term, fantastic stuff. That's a big flagpole in the making, and we are just coiling up here right below the $28, $29 level. Going to the daily, I want to show you why this is looking very nicely. So we have the top right here, as you can see, just pounding on that trend line here. And now we are maybe breaking out a bit early. But again, let's see where we end up again. If we can clear roughly 28.5, then this one should resolve to the upside. Again, the 30 weekly is coming up nicely. So we are in a stage 2 uptrend, again, favoring the bullish side of the case. If we clear this one here, then that will be your main target at roughly 40. Again, if this bull flag matures, then you have a lot more upside for ESEA. And 7% dividends. GOGL with a huge week, 12% today. Look at it here. This pattern right here, we were waiting for that break of that red one. That is the trigger. I didn't have any buys in, but again, the order should have been in here. But anyways, to me, this confirms that the uptrend is still is going to resume as long as we hold that one, that neckline right there. You have the smaller inverted head and shoulders. So in my view, any pullback on the daily or the 4-hourly should be bought. GNK here, just to go back, you know, to GOGL. In my view, the way I play these things, if we have a confirmation on the weekly, you drop down 2 time frames and look for the entry. So in this case, you go to the daily, and obviously the 8-hourly is the daily on a stock. So you go down to the 4-hourly, and here you will be doing the more micro stuff here again. So if we were to pull back down here, that will be your buy, or could be your buy anyways. Or if we start to do some bull flagging here and we break out, that is your entry to go. So 2 time frames down, then I find that that's a good way to do it. So you have the longer term time frame, the weekly, you have a trigger, all right, then you go down to the smaller time frames and look for your entry, a more detailed entry. GNK here, same thing as GOGL. We have a breakout here, very beautiful, into a possibly stage 2 breakout. Yeah, again, I think this looks absolutely fantastic here again. Going down to the 4-hourly, then you can see that we are indeed trying to make a move here again. And hopefully you will have some sort of top here, and then you can bull flag, you can retest or anything, but you drop down 2 time frames to look for your entry on the bit more detailed view. DSX here, big moment in time, breakdown, retest, here we are. Can we get back above? insanely bullish. And if this is just a retest rollover, then you go down here. It's plain, it is that simple, really, in my view. Boat, the good old boat ETF. I removed some lines, and I have that green. I think that was on as well, but we have that green squeeze here. Again, bullish, bearish. That is what it is. I think if we break up here, then we will break out here as well at some point in time. And yeah, if we break down, I think we can go all the way down here. But given how the dry bulkers look, I do favor the upside for some reason. But let's see, we have to wait for the confirmation here. Right there. There it is. TNK. Long term, we have done some amazing work here with the breakout. And now we're just trending higher on a weekly stage 2. And I think I'm not interested in this because it has already moved so much. But for me, getting into here, you know, the red zone here, you know, roughly 60, 61, 67, that is where you should be looking to take profit, or at least expect around some sort of pullback. I guess there will be many sellers there, in my view. TORM here again. Nothing much new under the hood here. Again, we have our bull flag in the making. I do think that we are going to have that move down here. It looks incomplete again, and we have a bearish channel here. That is my take until proven otherwise. However, if we get there, we have a first impulse, second impulse, third. Usually, that is a good entry to do. Major move up, bull flagging on the third touch. Textbook stuff right here. INSV, a bit of a, I wouldn't say messy chart, but still it's not that clear. But we are coming in for that retest here. The green support didn't hold here, so we're retesting now at roughly 45.5, and hopefully that is where we go. If not, if this is the false breakout, you know it, we are going all the way down here. That's what you see very, very often. False breakout usually leads to a move to the opposite side of the squeeze or the channel, depending on what you're looking at. DHT, not much to add really. Again, as long as we are in this green uptrend, which we are, it's all fine. It's all fine. You are in a stage 2 uptrend. You don't fight it. The daily stuff is mostly noise. You're looking at the weekly here, and we had that smaller bull flag here. And again, if this green uptrend holds, I think we could see a move up to roughly $18, which is the high here from 2012. Again, not tomorrow, but you know, mid 2024, late 2024. But that's also an 80% move, and you get 10% dividends. Not too shabby. Let's see if we can drop down to the 4 hourly to see if we can find some sort of entry here. Not at the moment. I don't think there is maybe some stuff going on here, but I think that's still a bit premature. You know, they have this here, but again, you drop down to the 4 hourly to get your entry if you wanna play this. STNG, long term, fantastic, major break here back in 2022, as you know, and we are in this bull flag here again. It looks a bit exhausted, you know, this kind of a banana move here, or whatever you want to call it. I have no idea how to what word to use. But again, for now at least, we have the well-defined bull flag, and we are just testing from above here. So hopefully it holds again. Big level, the 63 is a big level, as you can clearly see here. If we break, I think we're going to test, you know, the 84 up here, going back to 2013. And then we will see what happens, but I would suspect, you know, a longer pause when and if we get there. NAT, a different beast in my view. Again, this is not how I'm not interested in stocks like that look like this, you know, a bearish wedge to the upside into some sort of blue here. Again, we are breaking out and retesting from above. But again, I don't know how to play this, so I'm not involved until, you know, we break that long-term bad boy right here. At roughly $6 or so, give or take. Until then, I'm just not interested at all in this stock here again. Maybe some more. Again, they do things differently. Fair enough. But for me, I don't know how to play it as we speak. FRO has been a beast again. I think we are going to visit $25 for this stock here again within the green uptrend right here. And we broke out of the blue, excuse me, yellow parallel channel here, and retesting, I think we'd go up here. And then I think, depending on how we get rejected, I think that is the end of this move, and we need some sideways action before we can break that big level. But what a beast, right? From 6 to 22 in 2 years' time. Wow, amazing. GGH, there's been a bid on this stock here, as you know, right here. Too bad, actually, because we were waiting for a break of this long-term white horizontal resistance here for a long, but we gapped all the way from 34, 35, all the way up to roughly 50. So for now, the bid is on, nothing to do, but looking at SIM for like 2 seconds and say, nope, we are not interested in SIM at the moment. It's heavily underperforming and yeah, looks insanely bad. So yeah, SIM, you don't want to be involved. There are way better options than SIM. However, one thing I want to highlight is you can see the distance to the 30 weekly is getting a bit stretched here. So you could argue that we are going to see a counter trend move here, and that this is the capitulation move that we're getting. But for now, just stay away, in my honest opinion. Just stay out of it. There are better plays, as I have shown, I think 3 or 4 here that has done some huge stage 2 early breakouts, and they are way better at the moment compared to SIM. That is my take. That's it, guys. Unfortunately, that is all I have for this video, at least on the shipping sector. As always, keep me that thumbs up if you like what you see, and give me a comment also, so we can have some discussions here. But I think the shipping sector is early. I think it's early wakening up here again. A bit premature, but I think looking at copper is doing fantastic, doing some signs that, you know, inflation could be coming back. Gold and silver is getting ready, I think. So if shipping is coming to life as well, that could mean inflation wave number 2 is coming. And I could be wrong, but again, there are some signs that could be the case. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great one, and we will definitely see you in the next one. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.